or whatever. Oh man, it is.
You know, the NFL doing my.
Good Lord. All right, enough of that. All right, it is arm day. We are headed to the gym to get some arm pumpage in. Yes, we are. I am pretty damn excited about it today too. All right, so pre-workout, I had Rice Krispies, almond milk, banana. That is our pre-workout meal. We are 100% on board for our calories. And I'm going to tell you what we are doing. We're doing things a little bit differently. I don't know if we talked about this yesterday, but most of y'all don't watch those rest day videos, so we'll talk about it again today. So what I'm doing is I am going to be reverse dieting. For me, it's good for my mental health, my mindset, and I've also just found today that I don't know how to fucking eat higher calories anymore. I've been eating 1,200 calories, 1,800 calories for so long now that I'm not used to eating higher calories. So right now, I believe our calories are at 2,200 calories, I think it is right now. And that puts us 500 calories under our deficit. And this is the most calories that I've had in a year and a quarter. So a year and 3 months. It's liberating. It's awesome. And I'm still in a deficit. We have at least a 0.5% of body fat to go. One of our scales says we're at 10.5% body fat. Our other body fat monitor says that we are at 13% body fat. If we look at it right in the middle of those two, we are probably rocking 12% body fat mark, somewhere in that area. But the scale that says 10.5 is a Hume scale. Its accuracy is 98.7%, as accurate as a DEXA scan. So it is very, very accurate. And the other one I have is a little less accurate. So I tend to think that 10.5 is a lot more accurate than I think it is. And you know, it is what it is. Now, that being said, reverse dieting, what we will do is we will diet at maintenance, or not at maintenance, but at 500 calories below maintenance, looking to lose 1 pound per week instead of the 1.5 to 2 pounds per week that we've been aiming for. And sometimes we were hitting 3 pounds per week in some of those deficits when I was at 1,200 calories there for a while. So we are going to just slow it down a little bit. We're going to allow our metabolism to catch back up. We did a scheduled refeed to allow our metabolism to have a little bit of time to catch up, to just kind of kick start it. You know, you got a situation where you got a furnace burning, and you go and you turn the heat up on that furnace, and you supply it with a little bit more fuel, and you warm your whole house up, and then you turn your furnace back down, and it's going to stay warm because of the fuel, the extra fuel that you supplied it for a little longer period of time. So I don't know that this is scientific or proven or whatever, but I've heard other people talk about it in these terms, and so this is what we're doing. So we had a scheduled refeed where we just ate anything we wanted and absolutely stuffed ourselves to the point of uncomfortability for a full day. And I ate what was it, 8,000 calories that day. And The point of that was to really supply our body with absolutely as much fuel as we could. So when we went back into a calorie deficit, our metabolism was ramped up from burning that large amount of intake, and hopefully it will stay ramped up for a prolonged period of time. Kind of like the scenario I was talking about. You crank up the heat to your house, your furnace burns more fuel, your house gets to 90 degrees, you turn the heat back down to 70, and it residually stays at that 90 degree mark for a prolonged period of time. It's the same idea behind the scheduled refeed, right? Refeed, eat as much food as you possibly can, get your metabolism going strong, burning off those calories, burning that food, then remove the food, and residually, hopefully, your body continues to burn calories at a little faster rate than it was prior to the refeed day. And that's the point of that. So we did that. Then we dropped our then we upped our calories to the 2,200 mark, putting us 500 calories under our maintenance calories, and we will monitor our fat loss moving forward. So after the refeed day, the next day I weighed in at 214 pounds, and then I lost 2 pounds the next day, just eating 500 calories under my deficit, or under my budget, under my maintenance, I guess I should say. Eating 500 calories under my maintenance, I'd already lost another 2.5 pounds just in one day of emptying my bowels and processing the food and all that kind of good stuff. So that's where we're at now, and we're going to continue this until we drop down to the 10% body fat marker, and then I will determine whether I want to continue to drop weight or whether I want to go into the bulking phase. But the bulking phase is right around the corner. We are fixing to enter our first ever bulk. Now, I was hoping I would see abs and have nice defined abs by now. And while I can see the outline of abs, I can see my upper abs, I can see the middle portion starting to come in, and the lower portion, really, you can see they're there, but they're not visible at this point. I have talked to some professional bodybuilders, and they've said, look, you just need to build your abs. You have no fucking ab muscles. And once you build your ab muscles, then you'll be able to see them. They made the point of, yes, abs are made in the kitchen. However, no other muscle group would you ever say is only made in the kitchen. Right? Like, you would never just be like, oh, biceps are just made in the kitchen. You just diet and you're going to have big biceps. Or, you know, bis and tris are made in the kitchen, right? I guess I just used that example, but quads are made in the kitchen, right? You just don't say, you don't hear that with other muscle groups. But you hear that about abs. And while there is some truth to abs being made in the kitchen, if you have not developed your abdominal muscles, whether you cut your weight down or not, you're not going to be able to see them if they're not defined, if they're not pushing out against the skin, right? And that's the issue that we're starting to see now. And there's other folks out there, like, you know, 13% body fat, 12% body fat, that have way more developed abs than I do, because they have worked those abs out and they have built them out. and mine are not built out. So to confirm this, when I look at the Hume scale, it says my arms are above average in muscularity. My legs are above average in muscularity. My chest is above average in muscularity. And above average, I mean the population of 47-year-olds who are in my weight class, right? And my height, 6'2", 47-year-olds. My waist is average and right at almost below average. So basically my muscle mass in my belly is just not there. So we need to build out that muscle mass so that we can see those abdominal muscles. So that's going to be another focus that we have as far as muscularity goes, as far as muscle grouping goes, as far as like what is the muscles that we're aiming to grow. The abs are the muscles we're aiming to grow. And like I said, we're going to stay in a cutting phase for now, but I was told by folks that know a lot more about this than I do that I need to move into a bulk phase soon and then cut back down after I bulk, and then I will probably see the abs that I want to see. I'll probably see the ab results that I'm looking for at that point. So that is the plan, is to enter the bulk phase soon and see what kind of results we get. Now, do I want to do it whenever the Hume scale gets to 10%, which means I have 0.5% to go, and then I'm bulking? Do I want to do it when the handheld scale gets to 10%, which would mean I have 3% more body fat to go, and then I start bulking? Or do I want to do it somewhere in the middle where maybe the handheld scale is at 12%, the Hume scale is at 9%, something like that, right? Handheld scale is at 11%, Hume scale at 9-8%, somewhere in that area, and then we're bulking from there. It's impossible. I haven't made the decision yet on exactly what I want to do, and I think we're probably going to have to take it on a month-by-month basis to make that determination. And I think like at the end of 30 days, I'll have a better idea of where I want to go moving forward. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about is exercises and exercise selection and programming and all that. All right, so we're not going to be utilizing programmed exercises anymore. It was great for us whenever we wanted to come to the gym. We were new. It helped us understand, okay, this is exactly what we need to do. We're going to do bench press. We're going to do incline press. We're going to do decline press. We're going to do flies. We're going to do 3 sets of each, and we're going to do our sets, 8 to 12 reps, whatever it is, right? And it was all pre-programmed, and I kept a log, and I punched it in the log, and I did all that for a year and 3 months. And I'm fucking done with it. Just because I think at some point every serious lifter needs to move into intuitive lifting, and I think it's time for us to go ahead and move into intuitive lifting. And what do I mean by that? I mean by that is I'm gonna have a split, and I like the Arnold split. I'm gonna stick with it. This is just my favorite split I want to use. Use whatever splits you want to use. This is the split I prefer. I've tried different splits. I've tried push-pull legs. I've tried back and biceps, all these triceps, chest days. I've tried all these different splits. My favorite split is to have an arm day where it's just arms. I love my arm days. I love a bicep and a tricep pump on the same day. I like the look it gives. I like the feeling it gives. I just really like that. It's my favorite workout, my favorite day. And when I split it up and I had bicep, back, tricep, chest, I didn't like it as much. So I'm sticking with the arm day, arm specific day. Then leg day, I'm going to pair with shoulders because legs are a harder body part. So come in, you work legs first, then you do shoulders as a secondary, right? Shoulders are already getting all kinds of work, so they do not need as much attention as legs do. So you do your legs first, then you do your shoulders, and it's okay to have your shoulders at the end of the day and be a tad bit fatigued because they don't need as much attention because they're getting hit almost every other day. They're getting hit. So that's that. And then as far as shoulders go, we are going to back off of our front delts because they're really starting to pop and show, and they're starting to outshine our side delts and rear delts. And our side delts and rear delts need to catch up with our front delts. So we're removing front delts off of the menu completely, and we get plenty of front delt work when we're doing pressing movements, bench press, and all that, right? So we're already getting plenty of front delt activation with flies and all those things. So that being said, we'll do rear delts, side delts. That'll be our shoulders for this next 90 days. The next thing that we will be doing after that is a chest back day. I think both of those muscle groups are very large muscle groups. They could both benefit from having a back specific day and a chest specific day. I could see where removing my rest day and doing a back day and then doing a chest day makes a lot of sense, and we might do that moving forward. But for right now, that rest day, that one singular rest day, is providing my central nervous system with a needed break. So I think that I want to keep my rest day in so that I can keep my central nervous system fatigue lowered. So that's my plan, is to have 3 days, 1 day off, 3 days on. So 6 days a week, 1 day off. And we're just going to repeat the same cycle after rest day. So it'll be arms, legs, shoulders, chest, back. We will do chest first because I think my chest needs more muscularity. I think it's not, I don't think it's as far along as back is. I think back is coming along a little quicker than chest when I look at the videos and things like that. And I go back and I see what my back's looking like. My back's looking pretty good. Definitely not where I want it to be, but it's looking pretty good. So I think it's important that we focus on chest first, then do back secondary after we've already built up a certain amount of fatigue. And I don't think that chest affects back to the degree like that legs affect shoulders. And that's just my opinion and how it feels for me when I lift. But I still feel pretty fresh after hitting my chest and moving into back. I still feel pretty fresh. Now once I'm done with chest and back, I'm pretty wiped. But when I do legs, I'm pretty wiped into legs, honestly. And I'm pushing to do shoulders. So that is the plan moving forward as far as our workouts go. And then I wanted to have some rules with intuitive lifting so that I knew what I was doing. I wasn't just going in here and just bullshitting around, right? And so the first thing was, how many sets should I do per week to generate hypertrophy, right? And I want to do at least 7 to 14 sets per week. So to break that down, I said, all right, well, I want to at least do 4 sets of each muscle group per day. So 4 sets of chest, 4 sets of back on chest back day, 4 sets of legs, 4 sets of shoulders on legs shoulder day, right? 4 sets of biceps, 4 sets of triceps on arm day. Also 4 sets of forearms, right? 4 sets of calves, all these other little auxiliary muscles that we're not talking about. So we want to hit all of those. So at least 4 sets, no more than 7 sets per muscle group. And we're just gonna do as many sets as we need to first engorge our muscles with blood. So first thing we want to do is we want to feel that our muscles have been engorged with blood. That lets us know that we have pushed all of our nutrients to our muscle that we are targeting, and that we hit that targeted muscle. Second thing we want to do is we want to fatigue the targeted muscle. So we want that targeted muscle to be weaker on the last set and the last rep of the workout than it was on the first set and the first rep of the workout. So we're looking for engorged blood, we're looking for fatigue, and we're just looking for a stimulus of the, that we work that muscle, right? And that's not necessarily like a pain or anything like that, but like you can tell, like once you've been lifting for a while, you can tell when you get a good stimulus. And once we have our stimulus, once we have our pump, we're just going to call this whole thing, we're just wrap all that up into one little package, put a bow on it, we're going to call it a pump. Once we got that pump, we know we've achieved what we were looking to achieve, and we have the stimulus that we need for muscle growth. We're going to stop. We're going to stop and we're going to move on. And so the next thing we needed to decide after sets was rep ranges, right? How many reps per set do we want to do? And I do not care for the high-end rep ranges. So you can do up to 30 reps and you can get hypertrophy up to 30 reps. If you are reaching failure within that 30 rep mark, you're going to produce growth. But how does it feel, right? I don't like it because it wears me out and it wears out my central nervous system. It is taxing and it is fatiguing. And there has been some evidence in the literature that shows that lower rep ranges are less fatiguing and damaging to your muscles, allowing you to recover faster, allowing you to grow faster and stimulate more hypertrophy because you're not as fatigued or damaged. Now, we've all heard the old adage that when you lift, you have micro tears in your muscles, and then your body has to go and repair those micro tears, and when it repairs those micro tears, it makes your muscles bigger. And that's not exactly how it works. Yes, you can lift. Yes, you can damage your muscle. Yes, you can have micro tears. And yes, you will see growth after those micro tears. However, if you lift smarter and you stop lifting before you produce a large amount of damage and micro tears, your body is still going to stimulate growth, and it's going to be easier for your body to grow bigger and faster because you did not damage it to the point that it had to repair it, then induce growth. So the goal here is to induce growth, induce the growth mechanism with as little damage to the muscle as possible to get the most amount of growth that we can get, right? like I keep talking about, it's all about optimization. We want to optimize. And the best way to do that is to get a good pump, get a good stimulus, no induced growth, and stop. Not push ourselves further and do more just to be doing more, because we think that's going to provide us with more benefits, right? Just like anything else, it's dose dependent, right? Just like poison, it's dose dependent. If you eat a little bit of fucking arsenic, it's not gonna hurt you, right? Like you eat one apple seed, has arsenic in it, it's not gonna hurt you. But if you eat a large amount of fucking arsenic, it's gonna fucking kill you, right? If you induce just the right amount of growth, you're gonna have a better outcome than if you overdo it and damage your body, and your body has to recover from the damage and then focus on growing. So that is the idea, is to have just the right amount of dosage of lifting, of stimuli to induce growth without overdoing it to the point of having to repair damage that we've done to our body. So the rep ranges we're going to be working in is going to be 7 to 12. That's where we want to stay. If we get 13, 14, that's fine, but we want to increase our weight on the next set. If we get 5, 6, that's fine, but maybe we want to do a rest pause so that we get a couple more and we're able to get that 8th rep in, the 7th, 8th rep in, right? Or maybe we want to do a drop set so that we can get the reps that we're aiming to get. And so that's the goal, 7 to 12 rep range. As long as we're anywhere in that rep range, we're golden, we're good to go. And then to prioritize abs, I'm going to be doing ab workouts after my cardio. And we have been doing an hour of cardio with a reverse diet, and we're going to go ahead and back our cardio down to 30 minutes because I don't want to continue to do an hour of cardio, because I want to see if I'm going to drop the weight with 30 minutes of cardio. And that's the goal, is to get to a point where I'm losing 1 pound of body fat per week with only 30 minutes of cardio. So we'll do our 30 minutes of cardio, then we're going to do abs, and we're going to do that every day. So the ab workout we're going to do is going to be dependent upon what we did the day before. So like yesterday I did crunches after cardio. So today it will be leg lifts after cardio. And I don't think I'm going to be recording all of that because I don't think y'all want to see me doing leg lifts and crunches and all these things. But I do like to record most of my workouts because it's just easier. I'm already in there doing it, and I might as well just hit the record button if I'm in there doing the workout and let you guys come along with me, right? Might as well. We might as well. Anyway, so that's that. And then the other thing I'm going to be adding in is abductors and adductors on my legs. I have never done those two exercises. Everybody keeps telling me how important it is, how I need to add those into the routine. So we're definitely going to add those into the routine. All right, now we are late as hell tonight, and we're probably going to go over, which is all right. I mean, it's fucking Friday night, so what else do we got to do, right? I'm not doing any partying tonight. This is my partying, right? Getting a pump is my partying. So we're going to go in here and get a really good workout in, and we're going to get our 30 minutes of cardio in. We're going to get our ab workout in, and yeah, and we're going to be done. And then we're going to go home and we're going to relax. So pre-workout is the Jocko pre-workout. I had that 30 minutes ago now. I had the Rice Krispies, bananas, and oat milk about 40 minutes ago, and then intra-workout shake we're doing it again, folks. I really do enjoy the intra-workout shake. And this is the last one, so I got to go to the store tomorrow and buy some intra-workout shake. And then also, I had my animal pack vitamins before the workout tonight. After the workout tonight, we will be eating 11 ounces of chicken. And I'll also have sugar-free pudding, chocolate pudding to eat. And that's with Fairlife milk, so we'll be getting some protein out of that sugar-free pudding. And that will have us eating all but 10 calories today. We'll be 10 calories under budget today. And it is everything I got right now to eat in a 500 calorie deficit, because I'm so used to eating in a larger deficit. I'm not eating enough throughout the day. I'm not, I'm learning how to do it, right? I got to get away from so many fat-free foods, all the keto bread. I probably need to start throwing some what do you call that? Sourdough bread in the mix. I got to start throwing some more carbs in the mix, fats in the mix, and then that's going to help me a lot. But right now, we're learning what we need to do to get to the point where we're eating more comfortably in this new deficit. And it's just about tracking our calories and keeping up with everything and moving forward. Look, I don't think tracking your workout is nearly as important as tracking your calories. But if the one thing you can do, if you want to increase your effectiveness at the gym, if you want to increase your body type, if you want to have a better physique, count your fucking calories. Whether you're bulking, whether you're cutting, download a calorie counting app, count your calories. Counting your calories is absolutely king. If that data is data that you need. You need to know how many calories you're ingesting, how much protein you're ingesting. You need to know those two fucking things. And I don't really think it's as important as like, oh, well, I had my calories from fucking Coca-Cola and ice cream bars. I think it's important that I hit my protein goal, I had my fucking calories, and they were where I wanted them to be as far as my data goes. My data said I needed 2,200 calories. I ate 2,200 calories today. My data said I needed 3,500 calories because I'm bulking, so I ate 3,500 calories today. My data said I need 2,700 calories to maintain, so I ate 2,700 calories. If you don't keep up with your fucking calories, you cannot be certain that you're maintaining, bulking, or cutting. You just can't. It's the one fucking thing that you have to do so that you can keep track of what your body is doing as far as the nutrition that you're putting into it. It's the one thing you need to know. And if you're out here looking for muscle gains, you absolutely fucking need to be tracking your protein. You gotta be hitting your fucking protein goal. You gotta be getting at least 1 pound or 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass. Absolutely have to. 1 gram per pound of lean body mass. If you're a fat ass, that's not 1 pound per 300 pounds when you're way overweight. It's 1 pound per, or 1 gram per 190 pounds, because that's what you're supposed to weigh. That's what that means, right? 1 gram of protein per lean body mass. And if you don't know what your lean body mass is, look at a BMI chart, height, weight, age. That's where I'm supposed to be. Take the high end of that number, 190, and eat that many grams of protein every day. If you don't do those two things, you're just not going to get the fucking results you're looking for. But if you do those, That will level you up. That will level you up above a lot of people in the gym. Really will. And then get your cardio in, because that's the next best thing you can do, is get your cardio in. But we'll have that discussion another time. All right, I'm going to go in here. I'm getting my lift on. I will see you guys in a moment, and then we will debrief later.
I'm a rap star, I could have been a mental patient. Hit you with the bag, you still ain't paid me. You must want a nigga coming through you like a stranger. I ain't even tripping, money order in the page. Niggas see you shine, they feel you really dangerous. They gon' let you help. They gon' make you never. My nigga got life, you call every day, I don't know what to tell him. We gon' get more time than murder, they catch us with this shit we sell. Going from high school to college, we went from babies to fellas.
fili, é o prato da putaria.
Probably copper scraper, baby, but I'm higher. Car jacket, pistol packing, motherfucking chopper slapping, metal jacket, automatic magazines, aero traffic, window smashing, windows crashing, pants sacking, fuck with fashion, yeah, a nigga run Manhattan, back in Cali's where it happened, Gucci, Scott, and anything designer, fruits, bottles, they all gonna swallow, cause it's problem, the vibe, the goons in the top, they hate a lot, but you love them, got it.
All right, hour and 10-minute workout, which isn't bad, but that's about 20 minutes faster. And yeah, great arm pump. I mean, just looking, you can tell, like, we're getting pumped. I can't wait for that to kind of come in right here a little more. I think it's, you know, it's because like the human scale said, I'm holding some weight up there, so we're not seeing that yet. Oh yeah, good pump. again, we can get some of the, I think we're gonna see that go down in the next month. Getting on this side too, finally. And that's taking a while. You can see the front delt is really overtaking. You can see that front delt's really overtaking the side and the rear delt. So we really gotta catch those up. So that's why we're not gonna be focusing on front delts. You have to tell me how that one looks. I can't see it. Oh. Oh, that's nice. Nice and filled out. Oh, we're getting there. We're not there yet. We're most definitely getting there. And I tell you, the workout, and we'll talk about it more in the Jeep chat, the workout felt a hell of a lot better. Being able to do the exercises I wanted to do, and the exercises that felt like they were going to be the better exercises. Oh, those veins, really getting the bicep veins all over. All right, that's enough of that. Well, I'm a little bit annoyed right now because this damn Jeep has remote start, and I thought to myself, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and remote start this thing. Fucking remote started it in the gym so it'd be nice and warm when I got out here, and I get out here and the fucking thing is like remote start fail. Now, I just remote started it and it worked just fine. Fuck off, Jeep. None of your bullshit. Oh, pardon my language. Sorry about all that. Outburst. What a great workout. Good pump. We got an excellent pump in. We are feeling good. And the great thing about that workout is, like, I wasn't constrained. I looked across the room and I thought, you know what, tricep push down sounds good. And I haven't done a tricep push down in a while. And I loaded that fucker up and I did the tricep push down. And let me tell you what, it felt good. It gave me a really good pump. And it was just nice, you know. It was just nice to be able to choose what I wanted to do and do that, not having to worry about, is this pre-programmed in? You know, did I have tricep pushdowns programmed for the day, so I gotta do tricep pushdowns? You know, I wanted to do some pushdowns, and so I jumped on some pushdowns and did it. And then also, it was like, I want to do pushdowns, and I want to do pushdowns at, you know, whatever pace that I feel like doing them, whatever weight I feel like doing them, and whichever machine I feel like doing them on. And so normally I try to go to the exact same machine so that I can make sure that while I'm doing my tricep pushdowns, that I'm doing them with the same weight on the same machine, so I can know, did I progressively overload from the last time, which is all amazing and good stuff. But it was nice to be able to just say, you know what, I'm going to do my tricep pushdowns here on this side of the machine, a cable pushdown on this side of the cables where I don't normally do them, and that side of the cables have less pulleys. So when you put it up 40 pounds, it's closer to 40 pounds. And the other side of the machine where I've been doing my tricep pushdowns, you put it on 40 pounds, it's probably closer to 20 because of all of the pulleys. And that's something to be aware of. The more pulleys you have on whatever cable you're doing, the less weight it's going to feel. So if you jump on a machine that has one pulley, you're like, holy moly, that's way more weight than 40 pounds. I was doing 40 pounds easy on the other machine. Count the pulleys. If one of them has 5 pulleys and the other one has 2, the one that has 2 is going to be heavier than the one that has 5, because there's more pulleys, lessening the amount of load. Anyway, so I was able to jump on the one with less pulleys, do it, and it felt much better. It felt much different. The bottom of the push down in the contracted position was really good. So I got a really good contraction. And then I was able to say, okay, well, my stretch wasn't as good. So I said, okay, let me do some overhead stuff, because then I would get a really good stretch in the overhead position. And you know, you're working two different heads of your triceps when you do that, right? You're working your long head in the overhead stretch and your short head in the push down in the contracted position. So I was really able to get a better overall tricep pump. Now the bicep pump always feels about the same. As long as you get some hammer curls in, as long as you get some, you know, preachers in, you get some stabilization in, it feels good. But the one thing I will say is I put the brace on around my neck that held my, keeps you from cheating, keeps you from fucking swinging, and it locks your elbows into place. And that felt really good. And that was the first time I've utilized that tool. So I guess all I'm trying to say is the ability to make real-time decisions made a big difference in how that pump felt and how that workout felt. And the workout, I was thinking, well, you know, I don't want to do too much, I don't want to do too little. And I was afraid, like, I was going to cut it short, right? But I got a 70-minute workout in, and I've been getting about an 80-minute workout in. So I was only about 10 minutes shorter than what I have been with the prescribed workout. And I think that is very beneficial. All right, so let me think. Well, how many sets did I do? Did I get our numbers? Now I know that the reps within the sets were good. I remember counting all my reps, and those were good. So sets, let's see, biceps. We did two sets of the alternating curls, 2 sets of the hammer curls, 3 sets of the barbell curls. So that's 5, 6, 7 sets. And then the finisher was 3 more sets. 10 sets. So that is definitely within range. It's 4 sets less than we said, right? So 7 to 10 I think is where we want to be. So that's good. That's good. That's a good amount. All right, so then let me look at triceps. Was push downs 2 sets, then overhead 3 sets, that's 5, and then the rope push downs was 2 more sets, it's 7, and then 3 sets on the finisher, so 10 sets. Really good workout. We hit our sets, and honestly we probably could have finished with 8 sets or 9 sets, but I just didn't feel like the pump was quite there, and I felt like I needed that finisher to engorge the muscles with blood. I felt the fatigue, but I didn't feel the engorgement. And so after those sets, I really did feel it. And then I did the straight leg on the abs, and I did 20, 18, and 15. So just 3 sets there. But we're doing every day. We're doing some ab work. We want to get about 20 sets, so about 3 sets a day is going to give us 21 sets, which is about 1 set more than we need, and that is going to be 10 sets for upper, 10 sets for lower abs. So it should put us in a really good area. So we'll see. I think the every day is going to be good. And then I jumped on the cardio machine. I did 30 minutes. It was feeling good. I did 45 minutes. I said, well, hell, I only got 15 minutes left in the show I was watching while I was doing cardio. Might as well finish off this hour and do that and finish the show. Finished my show, finished off the hour, got a full hour of cardio. So just a great workout all the way around. Great night as far as everything goes. So we're gonna go in here. We're gonna have our sugar-free pudding. We're gonna have our chicken nuggets, some low sugar Ray's barbecue sauce. It ain't Sweet Baby, it's just Ray's, but it's good. And then we're going to have our protein shake with our creatine, and we're calling it a night. We're gonna go to sleep. We're gonna get up and we're gonna do it again tomorrow, and we're gonna be about 20 calories under our budget. So I mean, just a great day all the way around. And we get a big ass meal before we go to bed, and that's where I think that 95% of diet mishaps happen, is at night or right before bed. Folks want to be full so you can get a good night's sleep, because when you eat, you know, you get the tryptophan, everything feels better, just got a full belly. It's just easier to sleep than when your belly's freaking growling. So if I can give you a tip as far as dieting goes, something that's worked for me, something that I live by, that I think is underrated tip for dieting: try not to eat when you first wake up in the morning, and go as long as you can before you eat your first meal. If you can make it till noon or 1 o'clock before you eat your first meal, you'll be eating your second meal around 10, 11, 12. You're good to go. You're good to go. You're filling up right before bed. And anybody that says you can't eat right before bed or you're going to put on weight, that's bullshit. I've been eating right before bed for 1.25 years now, or 1 year and 3 months, I guess I should say it that way. It makes more sense. For 1 year and 3 months now, I've been eating right before bed, and I've lost over 100 pounds. So you can eat anytime you want, anything you want, as long as you stay within a calorie deficit and you're burning more calories throughout the day than you're intaking, so that your body has to burn fat stores to survive. You're going to lose weight. It's all about calories in, calories out. And it's all about managing the times you eat so that you can make sure you don't overeat at those times that you're prone to overeat at. Hell, you might be prone to overeat in the morning. So it might be better for you to get up and have a big meal in the morning and just not eat after 6 and go to bed at 10 and be fine. That might be the style that works for you. But that's not the style that works for me. The style that works for me is staying away from food as long as I can, and then eating later in the day so that I can have basically a midnight snack before bed. And then that allows me to be able to sleep better throughout the night, and I'm not hungry. I've had the nights that I've went to bed hungry and my belly was growling, and I had to tell myself, it's good that your belly's growling. You're on track. And it sucks. It really does. So anyway, that's it. Let's get some sleep. Let's do it again tomorrow.